Sup guys, Jab here, and this is this week's response to Trisha Hershberger's series Naked Truth. And this week, it's about her big surprise, which was, as a few people had theorized, and I didn't quite believe it, I don't know, but whatever. She reveals that she is actually, I believe, 6 to 7 months pregnant, which I would have to, congratulate her. First off, on successfully bringing the child close to term, and I hope that she has a successful childbirth. And pretty much it's just life when it comes to a lot of that stuff. I think I had one pregnancy scare with a girl, and at that point, I just was trying to contemplate my entire life from that point on, like what I would need to do tomorrow, the next week, the next month. I started planning out everything, and then I received a call a couple days later that her period had come, and I was so glad for that. I remember how stressed I was for that little thing to go down, but I'm pretty sure Trisha and her husband have their entire stuff all ready, and when the boy, I believe they said it's a boy, comes, they'll be all ready for that. She always seemed like the maternal figure on SourceFed, so I think she'll be a really good mother. She's excited about it now, as you can see in our video. Link will be in the description down below. The topic, though, or the question that was posed to all the responders, was what are our biggest secrets? What are the secrets that we are holding that no one in the world knows? And to be honest, I really don't have one like that. Anyone who really knows me or has just been around me for at least long enough knows I'm a very open book. I'm honest almost to a point, because I don't know, I just am. Keeping secrets has never really been a big thing for me, because it just ends up messing with me in the short term. I'm just like if you want me to hold a secret of yours, sure, but me holding a secret personally, unless there's something serious going on, which very rarely happens, because I don't think I've had that many life experiences to have something that big happen. It's never really happened to me where I had a big surprise or a big secret I've been holding from people and just revealed it. The only thing I could really think of was, and I had told already a couple of people about this, the reason why I have a lot of self-doubts about myself. Long story short, you know those bags that hold suits, like those suit bags? I can't remember what you call those specifically. I guess suit bags. We'll go with that. When I was a small child, I would say between 9 and 11, I can't remember exactly. At some point, I just didn't feel like there was anyone around me. I couldn't speak with my father, my mother. I can't remember what I did or if I didn't do anything and they thought I did something. But no one was really listening to me. No one's paid attention to me. Yada 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 yada. Normal, only kid stuff. So there was no family around because they weren't really paying attention to what I was trying to say or whatever. I don't know what happened. And I was so depressed. I think the last person I tried to call to get on my side was my mother, and she was not listening. And then it just popped into my head, because I grew up Christian. It's like, you've been good. You die, you go to heaven, you'll be with Jesus. That's what's in my head as a kid. Inside of that suit bag, which I had by my uncle and aunt who I used to live by, was a bunch of ties and belts, mostly just to wear to church. And a lot of these belts I didn't wear, simply because they were either too small for my extremely fat, chubby self back then, which I still kind of am now. So either the belts were too short or too weak. Because a lot of them were cheap belts that came with the pants, yada yada. So at some point I had just, after that call my mother that went nowhere and it felt like no one was listening to me, I had gone home by myself. I was just got home 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. My aunt and uncle, the two of them would get home around late 4, early 5, maybe closer to 6, and that's when people get home. At some point, I tied the belts up into a noose, or maybe I just pinned them together so it was like sort of a noose, and I tried to hang myself. That was the first and only time where I actually went through with suicide, and it failed because one of the belts broke, and when I had finally snapped out of it, like coming back up, I had heard their car coming back, so I knew I couldn't get a chance to tie it again. A couple of days went by. My mother, father, everybody started speaking back to me again, and the whole suicide idea finally went out of my head. But it's always stuck in my head, even to this day, that I am so much of a failure that I failed to kill myself. Not a very happy thing to think about. If anything, that's my big secret. It's just I have so much self-loathing to myself that even I think I can't kill myself because I would fail at doing it. Hooray! Am I glad that it failed? Of course I am. I think I've gotten over most of what had happened that day, but I think that's my big secret. It's not something extremely big. If the topic has been broached, I would say it because that's what has happened to me, and I think it is part of what changed me. And suicide up to that point has been a topic that's been on my head at that point a lot. Mostly the whole knife to the wrist thing, which even back then I knew it was this, not this. Unless you're going to commit suicide, then don't do any of this. Forget that I showed this. It was just mostly that. And when that actually happened, there was a mark right around here, and for the next couple of years I had a habit of walking with my head down like this because I didn't want anyone to see it, and it became a habit which I am still breaking out of to this day, where I would walk my head up a lot. I would just walk my head down, so you couldn't see that. If anything, that's my big secret. That's pretty much about it. It's not much of a secret. Again, I'm a pretty open book. Anyway, obviously that's the end of this video. Again, I would refer you to Trisha's original video, which would be in the description. If you get a chance, also watch the other people who do responses to her videos as well. Again, my name is Jab. This is Naked Truth. Until next time, guys. Peace.